Buckingham Palace can't be trusted when updating the public on the Queen's health. Despite public anxiety over a purple discoloration on the Queen's hand has reappeared in pictures released recently. Royal fans welcomed news of the Queen's return to public life, but raised concerns about the coloring of her hands, which in some cases could be an indicator of the health condition peripheral cyanosis, which can be caused by arterial and blood supply problems. The Queen has suffered various issues concerning her health in the last few weeks. Last month it was announced by Buckingham Palace that the Queen had spent one night in a London hospital, before returning to Windsor Castle the next day to rest. More recently the palace announced the 95-year-old monarch would not be able to attend the Remembrance Day service in London due to a sprained back. Stacey G commented in reply to one image released on the royal family's Twitter account, "Lovely to see him up and about. But are her hands okay? They look very cold." Fellow Twitter user Alison Howard observed that the hand of General Sir Nick Carter also appeared to have the same hue, prompting Stacey G to suggest turning up the central heating at Windsor Castle. Dorset Lee wrote, "Her hands are looking a bit purple compared to her face, that isn't right." At Void of the Lost wrote, "Her hands are bright purple and her skin is pale and yellowish. I care dearly for the Queen but I fear all is not well." Erin Saunders wrote, "Why are her hands so purple? A little worried about her seeing that." Another Twitter user Joanne added, "I hate this picture. I'm glad she's okay but her hands look so purple and swollen." Other royal fans were quick to put the discoloration down to old age rather than anything too serious. Royally obsessed hosts Roberta Fiorito and Rachel Bowie discussed Buckingham Palace's communications on the latest episode of Royally Obsessed. They said, "I get this gut feeling that the palace communications team just cannot be trusted. It just feels like we get the news way after things have already been in motion. It just makes me more stressed than her normal health issues would make me because there's a lot of manipulation behind it." They added, "There's a lot of manipulation. We saw her at the hospital and then it's, okay, yeah, she stayed at the hospital one night. We found you out. So I think that that's what's really stressful for me. That said, she has undertaken a duty this week. We just saw that she received General Nick Carter at Windsor." Just 3 days after the announcement of a sprained back, the Queen was back on her feet. She was filmed carrying out a face-to-face audience at Windsor Castle with General Sir Nick Carter. It is unknown what the Queen's schedule will look like going forward, as younger members of the royal family have been called on to step up. Next year is filled with engagements to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. She will be the first British monarch to reach 70 years on the throne.